How's it going, friends? Today I'm bringing you this Samsung brand washing machine which we're going to do a big job on, and that is changing the spider and bearings. Every time this washing machine spins, look at how the drum, it moves quite a lot. It's separating from one of the sides, and besides that it makes a tremendous noise when it's at maximum speed. So we're going to remove the top part to access everything that is part of the washing machine. We're going to remove the 3 screws from the detergent drawer to take off the control panel. So we're going to remove the detergent drawer, and once all of this is ready, then we can remove the control panel, disconnecting the corresponding cables, which is just a single connector. And after that, we're going to remove what's here just below in the area of the drain pump. We're going to remove the entire gray plastic box with a flathead screwdriver. Once that's done, we'll continue with the door switch, which is held by 3 screws. And we're going to remove a circular wire like this one we have here. After that, we're going to remove the screws from the top part of the main door, which would be 4, and then we can take it off like this, okay? So once that's done, let's take a look at what's down here. Don't be alarmed. There are many cables, many elements that we're going to remove, but we're really going to remove them all. Just remember the order where each of these components was, okay? But first, we also need to remove all the components from the top part. We'll leave this spring for last. So it would be like this. We remove each of the pieces, and we're going to remove each of the counterweights, which are these ones we have here, okay? So it would be like this, everything completely disconnected, cables, hoses, the body of the washing machine's filling, okay, the pressure switch, everything completely disconnected. And at the bottom, in the same way, this part is also from the pressure switch, the shock absorbers, everything has to be completely loose, okay? The washing machine should only be held by 2 springs. At the back, we are going to remove the armature, the motor, just with an adjustable wrench. We give the wrench a few taps to loosen the screw a bit on that, and this requires a bit of force because it's a magnet. So once we remove this part of the magnet, we will use a 10 socket to remove this entire part of the armature. Here it was already disconnected, but this has a cable, you need to connect it, which would be these that go right here on this board, okay? So with that done, now it's completely disconnected 100% both at the top and at the bottom. So now we can completely remove the tub after lifting these 2 locks we have here, which are to prevent the mainspring from coming out, okay? So with that done, with another partner, you can remove the tub and it would look like this. Now we are going to remove all the screws that are around, and once that's done, we can open it up. There are about 10 screws approximately. So we lift this tub, the plastic one, and now we can lift the metal one, which is the one having the problem. And look at what we find. This entire tub is completely black. We don't know what's happening here. When we look at the spider and notice that one spider seems to be filed, sanded, and we see that this one is broken, meaning the spider has lifted. One of the legs broke and lifted. That's why this washing machine was making an exaggerated noise. So what are we going to do? Well, we are going to change everything that is the seal. Here you can see where the washing machine was hitting. So we are going to lift the seal, and we are going to change everything that is the seal, bearing, and spider. The spider is held with 6 screws that break, and they break because they have been there since the factory. They come with a thread locker with an adhesive, so instead of 100%. 98% of the time, so the screw breaks. That's why it is sold as a spare part. So I suggest that every time you buy the spider, you also get the screws, so you don't waste time. Then we lift the spider this way with a flathead screwdriver. We are only going to loosen one side. We can't loosen all 3 sides at the same time, because if we do, when you go to place it, it will end up completely unlevel or unbalanced. So here we put one of the bearings. There are 2 sizes. Over here I'll show you the seal, and here we have the 6305, if I'm not mistaken, 6306C, and the other is 63 6007C if I'm not mistaken. So this one you can no longer see the number, and here would be the other new one that we have here on the right, and if we see the number we see the 6307Z. Okay, so well, these are the parts. Let's put in the replacement. For the replacement of the seal, I put a bit of silicone right around it so it sticks better, so it seals better, and that way we play it safe. In the part when we are going to assemble it, we will put 2 bearings. In this case I put 1, but I needed both in this way, and then secure it with the screw that holds the motor. For what? So that it doesn't move when we put the other half on top. Why? Because when the top is loose, it can come out, and then we have to disassemble it again. So with the top already assembled, here I have it like a swing with the 2 black springs I showed you at the beginning. And well, we start assembling. Remember to put all the plates where they go with their respective screws, all the hoses of the filling body. We actually didn't remove these, we only removed the drawer, okay? And then we continue with the counterweights, making sure all the counterweights are in order and very tightly secured, because if there's a bit of space between the screw and the counterweight, and it's going to make a lot of noise. So remember all the shock absorbers. These shock absorbers were also replaced. There were 4, and right now I'll show you the condition they were in. So we go back and place the main cover. Remember the screws of the switch, the wire that holds the rubber of the door, and all the screws on the top part, which were 4, okay? Once that's done, now we will secure these 4 screws to the part down here, which would be the plastic box of the drain pump. And then we can now place the board connected as it should be, okay? So what happens? At the back, we will put the armature back in place with its 10 socket hexagonal screws, and we will reconnect all the cables where they belong. When it starts to move, those cables often break, so you have to reconnect them. Here we go back and place the what would be like the rotor, okay? We return, tighten it with the adjustable wrench with a few taps. And here we have the washing machine completely assembled, ready to use. So, well, we performed the respective tests to ensure that it sounds good before installing the dryer, because this washing machine has the dryer on top. Here I show you the completely damaged shock absorber, and well, here the washing machine is already fully functional. So, well friends, that's all for this video. Here I leave you with how it sounds.